Alright folks, welcome to another raid video, and it's a champion guide for Uugo we're going to go through today. Haven't done a champion guide for a while, so I thought we would do one, and I think Uugo's a really cool champion, fairly accessible because she's an epic, and she's unbelievably good. I personally think she might be the best epic in the game all round. I think Madame's best for Arena, but she comes in as my close second in Arena, and I don't think she's used as much in Arena as she should be, to be honest. I think she's incredible. So let's just go through her skill kit first, see why she's so good. Like I said, she's a epic support champion from Ogren Tribes. She's got an A1 here, attacks at one enemy, and it has a 35% chance of placing Leech for 2 turns. The chance increases by 5% for each enemy alive, so that's quite a cool trigger. You'll see it play out through the rest of her kit as well. So effectively, if you take the turn and there's still 4 of them alive, she's going to get 20% extra, so it's 55%. And Leech is pretty good actually. It's like adding lifesteal to all your champions, just a little bit less good, but it's a really strong ability. This ability here is what makes her so nuts, I believe. So she's got an AoE, attacks all enemies, 75%, which is 100% when booked, of placing decreased defense, and also 50% of placing block buffs, but again the chance of placing block buffs is increased by 5%. So you're getting 50% here, plus 25% there, plus 20% if all the enemies are alive, so that's 95% chance of actually placing the block buffs. And then what you can do is you can go to your Masteries. I'll just jump ahead just now while it's fresh in my head and pick this thing here, the sniper, and that actually puts it up to 100%. So you're going to be getting a 100% chance place decreased defense and block buffs. Now, for anyone playing Arena at the moment, you guys know that Swift Parry is just covering the meta. It's unbelievable. And also, the resistance meta has kind of fallen off the grid. So I believe someone like Uugo just fits in really nicely right now, because you can get her to decent accuracy and she's going to be able to land both these debuffs, and they're going to be able to stop Swift Parry. Now, the guy I've been using this for up until now is Garc, who is definitely better. Now, the reason he is better is because he places the block buffs. He also puts up poisons, which means you deal more damage as well because of that, but it doesn't deal as much damage as a decreased defense does. So Uugo here, if I can find him again, lost. Uugo here is able to put the 2 up together, which is an insanely strong combo. The only problem being is that it's an AoE, so it has got the chance of placing a weak hit, unlike Garc. So that is the only problem. He's only going to weak hit on force champions. So force champions, you're going to be looking at Candrafons. They're likely to have Swift Parry, so that is a problem. Yoshis aren't generally going to be in defense. Things like Mountain Kings, again, they don't tend to have Swift Parry, so you're okay with that. Really, Candrafon's going to be the biggest nightmare, I would believe. There is quite a few others, I can't think of them all right now. But especially for defensive teams, yeah, Candrafon's your main sort of force champion you're going to be looking at. Things like Duchess, things like Arbiter, any Void champion, Siphi, they're all absolutely fine. So if you get the right amount of accuracy, this champion is actually proper insane. Now, Garc, he does have a slight damage increase with the poisons, and he's able to place it, but he doesn't have much else in his kit. He's got a nice heal and stuff. But the great thing about Uugo is she actually comes with a sort of get out of jail free card too. So if it does all go wrong for whatever reason, well, you can straight away just heal people, right? Just with this ability. It's a revive that can act as a heal if you need to use it as a heal. But if the allies are all dead, it revives them with 50% HP and fills their turn meters halfway. And the good thing about that, she's got a passive here that if she's the last one living, then she puts an increased speed and a block damage on her. So yeah, it's a really good way if you can build her reasonably tough that she survives, and then she's able to just revive your whole team back up halfway and then start going again. But the way I run it, and the way you probably should run it, is it's just for this ability. The fact that you're getting decreased defense and block buffs on one ability, it's the only champion in the game at the moment that places this on an AoE at 100% chance. For both of them, like I say, the Masteries, it is 100% chance. Pretty nuts. I'll go through the Masteries I've got for her. So, I mean, you can use her in loads of dungeons as well. She's fantastic for dungeons. Faction wars, you know, getting through Valkyries that's going to put up loads of buffs. And that's the thing, it's not just for swift parry. If you've got a really fast arbiter and you can put block buffs on things like Siphi's and all that, and then as soon as Siphi uses her A2, which is I think what she does in auto, she's going to try and put all those buffs up and none of them will go up, and she just wastes a turn. Same with Duchess, she can't put up her block debuffs and perfect veils, so it's really strong in loads of situations. So because of this, you really need accuracy. So these three definitely, straight down to Eagle Eye, I think is a must. I've taken Lore of Steel just to get some more stuff, and Sniper, obviously you need that to get the 100% on the block buffs, otherwise it's 95%, which will fail every so often. And then I've just gone down this for the defensive tree, want a bit of Cycle of Revenge, and I do quite like using Resurgent and Wisdom of Battle because they're both pretty strong if it does go pear-shaped. You could potentially, if you're just winning all the time, it might actually be worth just forgetting about this and go down crit rate and just get a little bit more damage. Probably something like Ruthless Ambush just to do a little bit more damage with their AoE, and then you could polish them off. But I'm running this as a sort of backup just in case, like I say, things go wrong. So in terms of gear, I've geared her pretty well, to be honest. This isn't going to be gear that everyone can access, I realise that, but I wanted to showcase how good she can be in top level arena, so I've put her in some pretty decent gear. Unfortunately, I don't have a 6-star accuracy banner, it turns out, for Ogrim, which is mental. I've got a couple, but I don't have any with speed on them, so I had to use a 5-star. But we still managed to get 719 accuracy out of her, 232 speed, 50k HP, 2.4k defense. The rest doesn't really matter. It's really the speed. Ideally, a little bit faster would be good, but 719 accuracy. If I could get a decent, a decent roll on speed on a full 6-star accuracy banner, I'm gonna get another 20 odd accuracy on here and a little bit more speed. So that's really the goal for this champion. For all of this, it's just been a Perception. Perception's a great set. 3 pieces. I've got some triple rolls and accuracy on both of them. Accuracy chest piece, obviously, and then I've got good speed boots with a double accuracy roll with a good glyph in it as well. So that's where it's all coming from. Unfortunately, only a double roll on this one. Would love a triple or quad roll on one of these legendary pieces. I had like 5 or 6 legendary pieces with accuracy on it, and this was the best one that rolled. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any more, but that's all we needed. But with the resistance meta kind of being dead right now, it's not too much of an issue. I actually do have a couple of these reaction accessories which I'm going to stick on the ring just in case things go pear-shaped as well, so I'll definitely be sticking that on. In fact, this one here looks really good because I've got a double HP roll on it, which is pretty much what I'm needing, lots of HP. So actually I'm just going to stick that on as soon as this video is finished. Right, let us jump into Arena and see what she can do. Right, we're just at the top of Gold 4 here, and we're just going to do a little bit of farming to show you what she can do in here. Let's just chuck in the Golden Reaper to make things a bit quicker. So really, it's this simple. Block buffs on everything, and dead. And go round now. The beauty about this comp as well is Skull Crown is useless against this team. And if you are in Gold 4 and struggling and you do have Uugo, she's insanely good in Gold 4 because of this. So block buffs is on Skull Crown, can't be revived. So very strong. Well, not can't be revived. Unkillable can't go on. I don't have an immunity team for this yet, so I'm not going to fight Tormund. Now, that didn't block the original revive on death that was there, but it's no problem because we can just kill Traxa anyway. What would be really good actually in this team, if you have her, if you're able to run this team with a Cythalia, would be really strong because you could go Arbiter into Cythalia, remove all the buffs, decrease the turn meter into this guy, into your nuker. Trunda would be the absolute best nuker, but I quite like Ethos because the affinity is friendly is pretty nice. Okay, I didn't have actually my team speed tune properly there. I thought I did. I think I just need to make Ethos a little bit faster. Might have changed some gear on him, I think. It'll be interesting to see this team here. This will be quite a fast team, so I wonder if this works. If it doesn't, then I'll just stick Lannicus in because we'll get more of an increase in speed. There we go, that worked too. So I don't know if any of these guys have Swift Parry, but if they do, it doesn't matter because we're just blowing them out of the water. Right, we're into Platinum now. Let's find some teams to face and see how we get on with them. Now, like I said before, Cythalia would be fantastic against teams with like Necrit in them. Because at the moment I'm unlikely to face Necrits just because I'm going to get blocked. Although I'd probably kill the rest of the teams, it wouldn't make much of a difference. But if Trunda gets left alive, she probably could just wipe us all out. So let's just jump into a team like this. Fairly high resistance, but that's no problem. I'll use Lannicus here to get quite a big turn meter boost. 30% I believe from her. And it means I can actually put some damage on the Duchess right away. She does actually have block debuffs on because she has immunity. All these three have immunity. But the good thing is if they have immunity on, you know they're not going to have Swift Parry. So I can just do this and blow them up. Working down. So here we go again. This is like a perfect team actually. Now he does actually have a Krisk who will decrease our attack to attack these two at the end, but it should be fine. What I will do though is I won't put Lannicus in, and actually no, I will put Lannicus in. I know what we'll do. We'll attack Siphi. So if we go in, we attack Siphi, get some of our shield down, then we can put this down on everyone, apart from the two with block debuffs. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Well, the block debuffs means you won't get the Seeker increased defense on these two, but this might be quite tight. Just about killed them all. Hopefully we can survive Trunda's hit. Ooh, it's a tight one, guys. Don't know if we're going to survive this one. Oh, it looks like we might just do it. Decrease the turn meter there, luckily. And we have done it, I believe. Way close. Very close. That's where, again, Cythalia would come in very useful because I could have removed all those shields. Yeah, she's definitely the number one choice for this composition. I mean, even as like a poor man's choice, you could potentially use like an Elegaeus, but he doesn't give the increase to yourself. He just decreases the turn meter, and he's also just removing one or two random buffs rather than all the buffs, so he's definitely not as good. Let's go on to this one here. So another team, Lannicus again. I like using Lannicus because you can get the good increased turn meter plus an attack on the champion of your choice. The only issue with doing this is you've always got a chance of getting counter-attacked, so you've got to be careful who you do this against. Like especially if they have like a Candraphon on the other team. For some reason my turn meter's gone crazy there, but we'll just blow them up anyway. I think I just need to speed tune this team a bit better. I've not done it properly. Here we go. So Arbiter, we're looking at a decent team here. Seeker would put up this block, this increased defense. Ooh, fortunately. See, now that shows you exactly what I just talked about. We actually got counter-attack there, and that was from attacking her. So luckily that didn't hit the provoke, but if that hit the provoke there, that could have been quite an issue. So you can see one of the problems with using Lannicus. That's where Cythalia is better. Even like Golden Reaper, Lysandra, any of these champions would be infinitely better than Lannicus just now. So I'm going to switch her out. Obviously don't get the increased defense buff because of the block buffs there. Right, this one might be quite an interesting team. We could probably do something with this actually. So rather than doing this, because he's got the Hegemon on here, I'm pretty much 99% sure that's not a Nuke Hegi because it's got 2 Skull Crowns in it, which seems crazy. So I'm going to take this girl out, and I'm actually going to put in my Skytouch Shaman. And it doesn't really matter if Arbiter gets block cooldowns because I'll still have the increased speed, which should get me through this here. So yeah, it was a CC Hegi like I thought. It's fine. Didn't manage that, but it wouldn't have actually made a difference if I hadn't got the... If I hadn't been able to do the A3 there because my turn meters were faster than everyone anyway. and I'm able to do that here, and then block cooldowns and blow them up. So there we go, guys. Another team we can beat. Obviously, against a nuke hedgie, that would be different, but you could just stick in someone like a Molly Tankard in a shield set, and that could get around that one. Or just running the team in immunity would be really strong for that. Right, let's keep working through all this. We don't need the Sky Touch then. For these teams, I think Lannicus is the safe bet. Really wish I had Cythalia though, she would be so strong for this team. Block buffs, and blow them all up. Oh, so Cantrifon does take such a crazy amount of damage. So that was pretty unlucky actually. I know a lot of these teams are actually faster than my Arbiter just now. Let's try this one here. And we'll blow up the Arbiter again. Block buffs on everything, easy. You get the point, guys. It's pretty damn strong. There's so many ways you could go about defeating all these teams as well, running inversions of immunity and stuff like that. So this is the last team. I've been searching for ages to try and find a team like this. I actually had to drop down a little bit just to find one just at the top of Gold 4. But we found one in the end. So I was looking for a Seeker and the Sand/Survivor team. This is fairly common in defenses because as soon as you AoE hit them and take them down to, I believe, for Sand/Slash ability, it is whenever an ally's HP drops below 50%, puts block damage and ally protection on everyone. So I was looking for a team like this, finally found one. So we found a team with Seeker and Sand/Survivor in here. Now, this is a really good way of combating this too. Vogoth isn't here, but he shouldn't be too much of an issue because I'm pretty sure we'll just one-shot them anyway. But when this guy's hit with a critical hit, you will trigger the increased defense. And when this guy, or when anyone's HP drops below 50%, I believe, he puts up block damage and ally protection. So as long as you build Uugo with like 0% crit rate, which I'm pretty sure I've done, actually I might not have, that might be a bit of an issue. 28% crit rate, so the chances are pretty low of getting the crit hit. And obviously he's not going to deal much damage because he's built for accuracy, so it shouldn't trigger either of these abilities. So as long as we don't do that, the block buff should come into play and get the decreased defense down. Yep, worked there fine. So they've still got their shields on from the start, but it didn't trigger either of these things, and now they have block buffs. So this ability here isn't going to trigger any of that, and we're able to just blow them all up. Except for the Lydia, because she had block debuffs on to begin with. But that's no problem, we can just finish her off. So guys, that is Uugo. Super cool champion. I think she's a little bit underrated, to be honest. Maybe not underrated, because she's widely regarded as one of the best epics, but I think in Arena she can be a really solid choice in the current meta. Situational, but definitely, as long as you know how to use her right, I think she's very, very good. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel as always. Hit that bell button for notifications, and stay tuned for the next video. And have a great day guys. Peace.